So let's talk about it for a little bit, though. He touched on it. Where are you at in your career right now? I know you told before we got on the show that you're on the fence.
Yeah, I'm on the
What are you
fence
thinking?
of trying to decide if I want to retire or if I want to give it a couple more years. And just looking at the stature of the NBA, it's kind of like now the young bulls are mature and they're ready to step up and take over. So I'm like, man, do I go ahead and chuck the deuces, or do I try to compete with these young guys? And it's been a battle.
But I seen it though. You're posting like if you said with the Lakers once they kept that team together, y'all would have won. So
I
you
do
clearly
believe
think
that.
you can still impact the game enough to win championships. So
I do.
Yeah.
I do believe I can help any team win. But when we lost, well, after that championship season, I felt like that was our window.
Which one?
In 2020.
the one where they beat, who'd y'all beat?
We beat the Nuggets and we beat Miami in the finals.
Oh my God. I remember that one. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's
That's-
on the road
that-
in a hostile environment.
Yeah.
That still hurts. Oh my God.
It was pretty bad, but I felt like with that team that we had right there for a good 3 years, I felt like we could have been competing in the Western Conference Finals each year. The only team I felt like at that present time was Denver. But now you got Minnesota,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you got OKC,
Mhm.
uh, New Orleans is getting there, you got Dallas.
Yep.
So I'm just like, man, do I call it quits or do I, play another year?
Hey, the hardest thing, and we talked about it, like, and UD will say, like, landing your own plane is a
It's tough.
yeah, it's hard, but it's also a blessing too, right? Like, you're never going to be able to have the right answer. Do I want to stop or not? Because you're
Yeah.
always going to be watching on TNT or ESPN or whatever. Like, man, I can still do that.
Yeah.
I knew it was easy for me. I couldn't still do it. But with that being said, landing your own plane, that's a blessing to have your own career and land your own plane. So congratulations on that. Whatever you decide, man, that's big time.
Yeah.
So
Did that when that happened with y'all? Because both of y'all have already hit that plateau of retirement. Was you afraid of the unknown, or was it kind of like I can still play? I want to play. What do I do next? Type of thing.
I mean, I'll let him answer his. My factors was different, but go ahead.
Yeah, desire was still there, but physically I couldn't do it anymore. My knee,
Too much.
it's too much, and I just said it. I kind of, said to myself, it's done. I'm gonna focus to my kids and just try to figure out different stuff after career, and so far so good. So, but it's always tough, Every time when I go to the game or I watch the game on TV,
Think about it.
I think about it. Yeah, I miss that drive, that excitement, the locker room.
Yeah, the hardest thing is, and he's saying it, is touching on it, is like when you get done, there's nothing that you can do in life ever again that's going to replicate or duplicate that feeling.
I agree with
That's the hardest part,
Yeah.
right? So when I said it, was like my oldest son was about to go into high school, and I knew I was only going to play 1 or 2 more years, and I didn't want to, and I wasn't going to live in Denver.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know what? They've sacrificed for the 17 years I've done this. Even though I think I can go another year,
Now it's time.
it's time. And but you have to go into that with peace, knowing like you're never gonna ever remake this. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do in life. I don't care how successful you are in any business, because it's what we've done our entire life. And you're never gonna get that feeling walking into a playoff locker room or walking into a playoff. Like, it's never coming no more. And I'm not trying to sit here and say, the guy like, damn, I'm not gonna retire. But that's where you got to get your mind right too, because it's unless someone tells you, it's gonna be a harsh reality at some point, anyways. Because Father
Yeah.
Time is undefeated.
You're absolutely right. I think that's the hardest part for me, because I'm looking like, man, what am I going to do? I've been playing basketball since I
That's
was a baby, dang near. So now I'm exiting out that whole part of my life, and I'm doing something different. So that's pretty tough.
But I feel like you still have a lot of stuff to give. You're healthy. It's a lot of young players in the league. They need guidance, definitely.
Yeah.
So I think so you can
No,
help to a lot of teams. So,
Dragging on the OGs, we talk about that
I
all the
know,
time.
yeah.
OG
Like
podcast for a
the
reason.
vets.
Like, yes, I think it's the most overlooked thing in the NBA. If you're filling up a 15-man roster, like the reality of the situation, especially with 3 two-ways now,
Mhm.
like if you're not putting your vets on that back half of that roster, it's more valuable than any coach you can have. Like, now coaches, they're great, but the players, and you can attest to, because you were there with UD, I was there with UD, the veteran players that have a voice and the respect is way more valuable than anybody else. And I think that's where these young teams, like I was kind of that for Joker in Denver, like my last couple of years, like I knew I wouldn't get in the game, but it was the preparation, everything else that I did with it. Jamal Murray, the Jokers, like being a part of that, and setting the example in practice every day. So, I mean, I wouldn't shortchange that either. I mean, but you also got to get your mind right. Like, damn, I feel like I bust his ass, and I'm sitting over here waiting for the foul. It's tough.
How do you deal with that?
Just 1st and 15.
Ooh.
It's tough.
Yeah, that is very tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because I would be upset if I just feel like you put in so much energy and effort into getting in shape, to working on your craft every day.
Yeah.
And you're logging zeros in a minute book.
The best players, I wasn't at your level, but the best players, that's the biggest struggle they got when they play as long as they do. That's what makes what LeBron does is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Because
like how?
Because the ego of a player, I've never been there as far as like being a guy that's averaged 25 or 27 and you do it in your sleep. And now you're averaging 11, 9, 10. Like your ego is like, yo, I used to bust. You know what I mean? So like that part I can't help you with because I was never that dude. but like that would be something that you'd have to ask yourself because, you don't ever want to be that dude out there on the floor too. It's like, because I, as an OG, as I started getting older, I used to like get after the young kids like, oh, he ain't that nice. Whoa. Wait a second, bro.
Yeah.
See him 9 years ago, brother, you wouldn't be in this league because this dude would be killing you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the hardest thing is when you start seeing those guys at the end of their career and you got young guys that are just coming in and that's what they see.
Yeah.
So it's a tough transition.
I see that with UD.
Yeah.
He dedicated himself to the organization, to the young players. And, he's watching the game. We're losing by 20. And he would come to the locker room pissed. Like, I know I can play. 10 minutes, 15. And, it's true. But, you just have to, clear with yourself that you're there for the young players to help them. And
that is a tough mindset to have.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
I could never do that. I could never do that.
Like, I'm listening to what you guys are saying. I'm like, man, I do not want to sit on the bench.
With that being said, I see you're posting you in jerseys of teams that looks like maybe you think you could help with the playoffs. So it's not like I'm gonna be honest. If you're on the fence, you're leaning more towards playing based on what I'm seeing. I'm just telling you, which is cool.
Yeah.
So let me just transition this into playoff basketball. Then who's the next jersey we're gonna see you in? Means who's losing next?
Ooh, who's losing next?
So this is gonna be,
and we're in Miami.
Oh
Lord,
hostile territory.
We're across from the arena too.
I brought UD's muscle, so you're good.
Okay, so Miami, come on,
wait. It's happening tonight, or at least when?
I think it's happening tonight.
Yeah, man, God,
it's a sunny day here at home.
Oh my goodness!
I think
the guy's giving us a backstory too. Sunny day at home.
It's a great day here in Miami. I think a lot of the players are ready to go to Cancun.
Oh no! They're staying here. They're not going to Cancun.
Well, they wouldn't have to. They got the beach, but I think a lot of the players kind of realize.
Ooh.
So what that mean? You come?
I want to see the Heat make it to Game 7. But Boston has been killing.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel bad for the Heat. They need another center.
They need another
center.
Hey, I'm thinking about retiring. Pat Riley, y'all need another center.
Yeah, but so after the game, I'm gonna have my jersey on, and I'm staying right in front of the arena, and I'm trying to see if they can put me on for next year. I gotta start getting my.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Think that'll work?
Yeah. I mean, listen, we'll find out.
It probably won't.
Let me ask you, if it would be your choice, for which team would you come back?
Orlando.
Yeah. They need a big.
Just finish at home.
Everything's we need a big. Look.
Well, see, I wouldn't say Orlando need a big. I think they need some experience, and they need one vet.
Yeah, they need some veterans for sure.
They need one vet. They
got some young bulls over there.
They really do.
Paulo, Franz, Wendell.
Yes, they got. I think they have a very deep team. I think they need a little bit of polishing, but I think overall, they got a chance to get better if they keep that core together.
Yeah.
The one guy I like is Jonathan Isaac.
Yes.
Because his defense.
He's disruptive. Yeah. Very disruptive.
Yes, and he can play guys 1 through 5. He's strong enough to play a 5. Mm-hmm. He's quick enough to guard 3s. But I just think now is just a mentality for them. But if I could go back to a team, I gotta go finish with the Magic. It's only right.
I see where your head's at. I think you're right with the Orlando stuff, but we also need shooting.
I
So
can shoot.
Everybody, thank you for coming. We had a great time.
I can shoot. What you mean?
No, you can shoot.
We talking about shooting the games?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Hey, I seen him in Taiwan.
me
He was
shoot.
shooting threes.
This the last season.
No, I know you're. Listen, are you a shooter?
I'm not Mike Miller. And I'm not Gore. But I'm Dwight.
Oh, well, I couldn't shoot
You can shoot a little bit.
a little bit, but I was never a shooter.
The coach said anytime you come out the screen to get in a deep
Oh, yeah,
drop.
yeah. I love when these drop.
He used to love when you would go in the drop, D.
Yeah,
I love
because he
it.
coming there, he older.